within 1 to 3 weeks
For what movie?
for brain damage. But at that price, like,
Get it for that price. That's $11. You know, I bought mine for 24 something. So, and that was 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. Excuse me. So we're live on YouTube. Hi, anyone who's on YouTube watching this.
All right. So now our trailer is playing.
I'll tell you what, chocolate milk, amazing.
Yeah, I have a whole fridge full of LaCroix. It tastes like you're drinking static electricity.
What is LaCroix?
It's like the seltzer water, like flavored seltzer water.
Oh, okay.
No sodium, no calories, nothing like that.
It's no good?
No, it's good. I mean, it fills you because it's just like, whatever. Oh, yeah. I guess our intro is not going to play fully. That's great. And no, it's my fucking computer. All right. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and make us go live.
Let's get it on.
Yeah, fuck it. Hi, sorry about that delayed intro. I don't know what the hell's going on. But hey, if you're watching this right now, that means that that you are safe from the Indonesian Reporting Commission. They are not shutting us down for whatever they've been shutting everyone else down on Facebook. So that's great for us. My name is Brian Enright, and this is THS Lives. So let's get to it. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Brian Enright. And so let's get into it. Up next, we have Jared Letourneau. Jared, good evening.
Good evening, guys, and the boils and ghouls at home. You guys can find me on Twitter at @zombie_survivor. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Jared. And, of course, we have the president of the Horror Syndicate himself, Ray Merrick. Ray, good evening.
Good evening. Why in the hell did Rob Fiend or Find give us an angry face on our video already? Did you not like the trailer? What's the deal?
I don't know.
What trailer was it?
Yeah, I don't even know what trailer it was, but...
Oh, it was Jason Takes Manhattan. We're talking about 1989.
That's a great movie. Come on. Anyway, welcome, everybody.
All right. So we have a pretty big topic tonight. We're talking about the year of 1989. And, I didn't think that a lot of great horror movies came out in 1989. I thought it was 1988. But I'm going to Google it right now so I have it with me for references. Horror movies of 1989. I know that one of the movies was Jason Takes Manhattan, which we just played a little while ago. And one
of Brian's personal favorites.
Yeah, one of my... The best movie of 1989. You kidding me? So we have that one, and of course we're just talking about Family Video. Family Video had a huge Arrow sale that was going on, and of course one of the movies that was on there was Arrow's Blu-ray of Society. So unfortunately, I was unable to snag it for some reason.
I got it.
See, look, Ray Merrick's got it.
I got it. Yeah, I got it.
I'm so heartbroken.
I can shunt all day and all night.
But it's okay. I mean, I got my fair share of movies. I got Rage of Honor, a canon film. I got Vamp, and I got Reanimator. So speaking of Reanimator, Bride of Reanimator, 1989.
Yeah. But Reanimator is worth it. That's such a good movie. I ordered Torso and Deep Red. I haven't gotten those yet. Just I think they sent me this to be like, hey, just show this to Brian tonight. I haven't opened it yet. I'm gonna open it.
They sent it to you. So those who are watching, please comment below. Tell us what your favorite movie of 1989 is. Actually, yeah, it does have to be a horror movie. So don't just tell us any movie of 1989 or else.
Well, my favorite movie from '89 is Batman. So we also, I'm going to leave the link to the list, but we've got a list of the top 15 from 1989, and Bud the Chud's on there.
Bud the Chud nutted its way onto this list?
I made the list based off of IMDb rankings. I didn't, instead of, because we didn't start the fan vote yet. But I can go back and fix that with the fan vote, because all these movies, I believe, are on the fan, except for Warlock. We didn't we didn't do Warlock on the fan vote. I guess I can change that.
How dare you?
Yeah.
Warlock is a fucking treasure.
I like Warlock. I know there's some people who may say it's not technically a horror movie, but whatever. It's a horror movie. And I'm gonna, you know what? We're doing it. We're gonna put it on the top 100 voting thing.
I don't blame you.
To stop at 300.
And if those who are currently watching right now, if you have Amazon Prime, I believe Warlock is on sale on Blu-ray for like $15.
The Vestron collection. Oh hell yes! I'm so happy now.
Does it say there's 2 of me in here?
Yeah, well it did. It's got the this art also in there. I'm not a big fan of this. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of that. So
that's okay.
Go to the poster art. I like it much better.
I love the poster art of Society. I remember going to the video store. I'm pretty sure you guys have the same memory as me, so I won't even fucking get into it. But I love the cover art.
Yeah, I mean, no, go ahead, share the memory, because people who may be watching may want to know. All
right, so in case you're part of the Gen Z or like the late millennials, we had a thing called movie stores, where physical copies of movies. I'm not talking Best Buy or Target. I'm talking about movie stores that you could rent these movies and get raped with fees, ridiculously high fucking price fees, if you kept the movies out for longer than a day. Anyway, Society was one of those front covers that just had me hooked when I first saw it. My mom would never let me rent it, unfortunately, because of my age and knowledge, and maybe I would have watched this movie and been upset with Society. So never happened, but as an adult, I get to watch melting body orgies of the rich and wealthy whenever I want. So this is
fisting of the shunting proportions.
Yes. So
did you guys both show what you guys got from the Arrow sale already?
Well, I showed the Society, but I haven't gotten the other 2 yet, which was Deep Red and Torso.
I just figured since we're talking about it, I'll go ahead and show mine before we jump into the topic. But I got the Donnie Darko.
Look at that.
That's pretty.
Now, is that the theatrical and director's cut?
Looks like it's just got the theatrical cut in 4K.
Okay.
I'll have to look at the special features. Yeah, I debated on that one too, because I love the theater. One of the things that they ruined with the what is the other one? Is it the director's cut?
The director's cut. They changed the music and stuff. The
music. Why would you change the music? The Echo and the Bunnymen at the very beginning of the movie just really sets the tone for the movie. It really, that was part of the reason I wanted to watch that movie, was him riding his bike and listening to that song.
What they replace it with? Patrick Swayze's "She's Like the Wind."
Yes,
I love.
It was all Dirty Dancing songs.
I love that song.
He is in that movie, but he is. Isn't he like a pedophile?
Yeah.
He's Joe Pedo.
And the other one I got is "What Have They Done to Your Daughters?"
Ooh, look at that front cover. That looks kind of like what is it, Summer Massacre or whatever it is? I don't know.
It's a soft sequel to "What Have You Done to Solange?"
Oh, is it really?
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Apparently, there's 3 movies in the trilogy that are all directed by the same guy.
Ah, so is the killer wearing a motorcycle helmet?
Yeah. What's that one? The nail gun killer. I think that he has a motorcycle helmet.
Oh my god! I feel like he's got a motorcycle helmet in all these horror movies. Even Leaf Blower Massacre and Massacre 2, he's wearing a fucking motorcycle helmet and camouflage, and he's got a leaf blower.
It's no Wood Chipper Massacre, though.
It is not Wood Chipper Massacre. Wood Chipper Massacre is a fucking treasure. And you can watch it free on YouTube by typing in Wood Chipper Massacre. You get the full movie. And if you have 2 hours of your time to give, put it towards this movie. I think
the movie's 2 hours long.
It's 2 hours long and only 2 deaths. That's it.
Yeah.
It's
I can watch that with the double feature with swamp zombies too.
Oh yeah, swamp ass zombies. Or
Yeah.
swamp zombie ass, whatever you prefer, ladies. Yeah. So I guess
1989.
in 1989. Oh, Jared's favorite movie, Zombie 4 After Death, came out.
Still not as bad as 5.
It's not.
Oh, dude, The Killing Birds is an atrocious movie, and I hope that we never talk about that movie ever again. I'm kidding.
We
I'll
talk about
always
it
talk.
constantly, though.
We do. We do. Do you have it next to you? Is that what you're pulling? Look at that shit.
Woo!
That is it. You know what? The best part of that movie is that front cover. Let's take a look at that front cover.
Yeah, that
again.
front cover is actually pretty nice.
That
Packing
would
his eyes out.
that would sell me. That would be like,
Yeah.
hey, I played
Well,
Resident Evil 2 and fought zombie
This is how
heroes.
people saw the movies because they were sold on the cover art. A lot of movies were seen that way. I mean, I watched, a lot of movies based on the cover art alone.
I was a victim of that too in the
Yeah.
VHS days.
Yep.
Oh boy. Well, I never got to see the cover art for Zombie 5 until I bought the Shriek Show triple
The 5-pack?
pack.
Yeah, the triple pack.
The triple pack.
A 3-pack, yeah.
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 You don't see that guy anymore. He's gone.
This was a blind buy for me because I bought Zombie and City of Living Dead from Deep Discount DVD back in 04 maybe. And I saw this for $10. It was like 3 zombie movies for $10. Hell yeah. Did not know what I was getting into. But, one of my pleasures is in there, so it's okay.
I got that zombie pack, and after watching all 3 of them, I just sold Zombie 4 and 5. So I don't own either one of them anymore.
I keep everything.
Like, this was years ago, even before the Syndicate. I was like, these movies fucking blow. I'm getting rid of these.
Yeah. But only one came from 1989.
Oh, which movie is that, Ray?
Your favorite one? I guess will go unmentioned from now on, right? Along with Hell of the Living Dead, we're not going to talk about those anymore.
Hell of the Living Dead. You don't want to talk about how 90% of a movie is fucking stock footage? Is that you don't want to talk about that?
It's 89% since we're talking 1989.
That 1% goes to those poor extras who had to wear the paper mache masks that were poorly represented and replicated from the stock footage. There's like 3 people. One of them was white.
Yeah, that's a strange movie, but let's talk about some more 89 stuff because there's a lot. I've got the top 15 that I put together from IMDb on the Horror Syndicate. You want me to read through some of these?
Go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Excuse me. Based on IMDb's ratings, it's Bud the Chud at number 15. Jason Takes Manhattan, which we all love.
Yeah, it's a flawless movie.
Yeah, totally. The Fly 2, which I actually like that movie. I think it's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Dream Child, A Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Halloween 5, Revenge of Michael Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Sleepaway Camp 3. One of Jared's favorites, Shocker.
Yeah.
Puppet Master, a personal favorite of mine.
Not bad either.
The House of Clocks, Jared, who made that?
Lucio!
Number 6 is Warlock. The Church, Brian, who made that?
He's not listening. Mikule Sawavi.
There we
Wait, The Church.
go. Yeah.
Mikule.
You mean Demons 3?
Demon 3.4.
3.40.
Is it 3.40? I thought it was like Demons 3.1 because it was the first.
I agree with that. 3.1. That's the best one of the 3 Demons 3s.
The worst sequel to Demons.
Demons, the Ogre isn't too bad. It was. You know what's funny about the Ogre? It was made for TV, but it has breasts a couple of times in it, which kind of threw me off. But Italy's different. Number 4 is Parents.
Okay.
3 is Intruder.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah, that's a good movie, actually. I haven't seen that in a long time. Parents. Number 3 is Intruder. Number 2 is Society. even
Crazy.
though it was technically released in '92 in the U.S. But we couldn't. I guess they couldn't get past the shunt. Holy cow! I mean, the story isn't bad overall.
It has a
kinda
lot
like-
of deep meaning to it. Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
And then number one, can you guys guess?
Is it Toxic Avenger Part 2 and 3?
Pet Cemetery.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So
man.
I'm surprised
decent
Intruder's up in the top 3 because I don't know if you guys have ever seen that.
Is that a Sam Raimi movie?
It's not directed by him,
Well, he
but
produced it.
he's produced it and he stars in it.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell makes a cameo in it.
Yeah, but if you look at the movie and everywhere else, that's the movie that's infamously known for just headlining those two as top billed, even though they're like not even like the big part of the movie.
Yeah, it's got a lot of good kills in it. It's like a bunch of teen co-eds. They're forced to stay overnight at the supermarket so they can like do late stocking and stuff for the next day. And the killer is on the loose inside the grocery store. It's got a lot of good kills in it. Sam Raimi's death in particular is really good.
Now, Sam Raimi is the guy who directed that one movie, right? That movie Crime Waves, right? He's known for directing that, and Bruce Campbell was in that movie. I think he was in that movie Maniac Cop. Those are the most famous things they've been in.
He definitely was in Maniac Cop for a little bit. I wouldn't mind seeing him in a remake of Tu Wong Fu with fishnet stockings. That'd be all right.
Where he plays all three drag queens. Him, the left side of his chin, and the right side of his chin. Yeah, you know what? 1989 had a slew of I'm not going to say good movies, but I will say interesting movies, because interesting movies doesn't always mean good. I'm looking at what Amazon provide, and you know what? Return of the Swamp Thing is on there. It is a trash movie, but it's my kind of trash movie. And I got the poster and I got the Blu-ray hanging out somewhere. So I made my wife watch that movie, and she was like, "I don't know what the hell I'm watching, but this I can't stop looking." And I think that movie was mostly famous for the toys that it generated, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I would say so. I had a lot of those. I was 9 when that movie came out. I liked that movie when it came out.
mm-hmm,
I watched it a lot. That and the first one, I really liked the first one.
mm-hmm.
And at the time, I had no idea it was a comic book character. But yeah, as soon as I saw the movie and I saw the toy, I thought his makeup looked better. But I haven't seen that movie since probably like 1992 or something like that. But
Yeah, Derek,
was Halloween 5 on your list?
yeah, it's well, let me look. I guess I'm sitting here trying to think, and the list is right in front of me. Yeah,
Derek Mears is in the Swamp Thing remake, I think.
Is he playing Swamp Thing?
He is playing Swamp Thing, and Jason.
It's
Another
number
good
11.
one, Bride of the Reanimator, came out in 1989.
Yeah, that movie's so bizarre.
That is a delicious movie.
They kind of shoehorn in what's his name, the doctor from the first one. I can't remember, Dr. Hill.
Yeah, now that was Brian. That wasn't Stewart, right? That directed that?
Yeah, I think you're right. No, because didn't he used to do this?
I think it was Brian that did that one. Only because Stewart was doing Society, right?
No, I think you got it backwards.
I probably got it backwards.
I'm gonna look it up.
Ugh.
I'm on it too.
All right. Well, I will keep talking while you guys are looking this up. I could be wrong.
Brian Yuzna directed Bride of Reanimator.
So
Okay,
what?
so yeah, it's he directed Society also then.
Oh, okay. So they must have been.
It says it right here on the back. It says Stuart Gordon's hit Reanimator, Brian Yuzna. Yeah, okay. And Return of the Living Dead 3, which I love.
Damn, what a great year for Brian Yuzna.
He produced Warlock also.
Damn, dude. And these movies are just treasures now. I mean, like, back in the day, they were just cult movies that everyone was just kind of like clinging on to. They didn't want to watch the other movies coming out in 1989, which probably included movies like Days of Thunder. I don't know. Let's see what movies came out in 1989 that prevented people from watching horror movies. That stupid fucking movie Batman with Jack Nicholson as top billed.
Tom Hanks in The Burbs.
That's
That's a great movie.
Yeah, I love that movie.
That's on Shudder, so I get this. Now, do we consider anything that's on Shudder horror, since Shudder is a horror app for movies?
I would kind of give The Burbs the benefit of the doubt.
It's like pulp horror. I don't know. It's a fun movie. The Burbs is so much fun. I was watching that on Shudder the other day.
Sante Sangre from Alejandro Jodorowsky came out that year.
Oh yeah, everybody knows that.
You know what's funny? That's the first movie I saw from Jodorowsky, and that's like my least favorite movie from Jodorowsky. Once I just fucking took the psychedelic trip of watching the rest of his movies, and they're really artsy fartsy. But everyone remembers Santa Sangre. The elephant is dying in that one Michael Jackson song. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm lost already, so that's always good.
Hey,
obviously you've never seen El Topo.
Obviously, you're not a golfer.
Obviously, people were too busy watching My Left Foot instead of Halloween 5, because that came out in 1989, and so did Roadhouse.
Oh, that's
Roadhouse. You guys, I have actually never seen that all the way through.
You're not. I don't.
He fights a guy who tells him while pulling his hair, tells Patrick Swayze that he used to fuck guys like him in prison. So I know that's one part of the movie. Lethal Weapon 2, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
I know Jeff Healey, the Jeff Healey band, plays in Roadhouse.
Oh, really?
He's the blind guitar player that sits on.
That's right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of Jeff Fahey, the guy from Lawnmower Man. Born on 4th of July. That could have been a reason why a lot of horror movies was snubbed back in 1989, because people were busy watching Born on 4th of July and back to back with Driving Miss Daisy. So, I mean, those are movies that would automatically disqualify any horror movie that comes out in 1989.
I mean, I remember 1988. We talked about that before the show a little bit, how 1988 it was such a big year for horror with first of all, I was talking to my son about it, how great it was, because there was I think Friday the 13th Part 7 is good. But it had Friday the 13th Part 7, Michael Myers was back, and Chucky, Pumpkinhead, second Hellraiser movie, and of course Dream Master came out. It was a huge year for horror.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, 89 got some of the stinkers. I mean, I like Jason Takes Manhattan quite a bit, and Dream Child's okay. I do not like Revenge of Michael Myers one bit. As far as the big ones go, that movie it failed in so many ways. I prefer 6, which came out in 95. Well,
luckily, it was redeemed with The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like that movie.
I think that 1988 into 1989 was a weird transition, because Freddy Krueger went from being scary to going into full comedy Freddy Krueger. So I think it was like a paradigm shift for the horror industry, 88 to 89. But it was still good quality stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw Dream Warriors in the theater. I saw, like I was saying before, I saw Dream Child at the drive-in, actually. And the drive-in was called the French Village Drive-In. And I saw it with Sylvester Stallone's Lockup, I'm almost certain. Pretty much slept through the whole first movie because they showed Nightmare second. And I loved it. And, of course, when we moved to California, my stepdad, who was in the Marines in Japan at the time, he brought home all these bootleg horror movies. So I had bootleg copies of that and Jason Takes Manhattan, and Halloween 5, and I watched those all three of those constantly because that's all I had, you know.
Mm.
So I loved them all, and I remember not liking Pet Cemetery until I was an adult. So I don't know, 89 is an okay year for horror, not as good as 88, that's for sure.
Yeah. You also had James Hong in The Vineyard. I never saw that movie, but that's another one that.
You know what else came out in 1989?
Yeah, that came out in 1989.
Well, Back to the Future 2 came out in 89.
It did, but no one cares about that one.
And so did a movie called Cousins. So check this out. You know what Cousins is about, right?
Crispin Glover's non-cameo in Back to the Future 2?
No, so it's Cousins is about Ted Danson falling in love with his cousin. And anyway, so I remember it was the winter or something, maybe late 1989. My cousin, my uncle, he was like 20 years old. I was 9. He's like, hey, let's go see Back to the Future 2. And I was like, cool, let's do it. Sold out. So he gets us tickets to go see Cousins.
Your second choice was Cousins.
Yep. Yeah. So we got about 5 minutes into Cousins, and he was like, hey, let's just sneak into Back to the Future. And we got in, we watched Back to the Future.
Nice.
Instead. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
You were able to snag seats from those angry theater goers who wanted their
Yeah,
money
but our
back
money
from,
went to the box
from
office
Back to the Future.
Cousins made money off of us.
Oh, yeah. Yes, they did. But the important thing is that you were able to sneak in to see Back to the Future, too. So it's a win-win situation.
That movie was so good.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of Cousins before. I don't know how they got. I guess in 1989 you can get away with PG-13 movies showing boobs and movies about incest. So I don't fucking know.
I was gonna say I've never even heard of it either.
I wouldn't have never heard of it if it wasn't for seeing it in the movie theater.
So Cousins, 1989. I'm gonna look this up. This is with Sean Young and Ted Danson and Isabella Rossellini. Really?
Isabella.
Isabella. When did her and Davy Lynch break up? Was that like shortly after Blue Velvet, or
I don't know. It might have been because of Cousins.
She was probably like, hey, you know what? Blue Velvet was great and all, but I got this opportunity coming up where I get to be in a movie where Ted Danzig is someone's. I keep calling Ted Danzig. Ted Danson is someone's cousin.
Mother.
No, cousin.
Yeah,
cousin. There you go.
Cousin. Let my penis walk your way.
Oh God.
Fucking Cousins.
We're going dark again.
Yeah. You know what? Right next to it is a movie called Moonstruck, which came out in '87. So we're gonna ignore that. Yeah. So
Moonstruck was a good movie, though.
Moonstruck was a great movie.
Yeah.
Even though it took my hand and it took my pride.
You're a big Nick Cage fan, aren't you?
I am a huge Nick Cage fan. You know, I read an article about how he blew like so many millions of dollars off of like shit that he just wanted to buy, like randomly. Like he bought himself a castle. He bought himself. He won an auction for a Tyrannosaurus Rex dinosaur head, like an actual fossil of a dinosaur.
I've heard about that.
And he had to after he won, he had. I guess it was taken from a site, and he had to return it to the site, so it was a lose-lose situation for him. But you know, it's really cool. If you guys get a chance to check it out, like look at what Nicolas Cage has purchased. As you know,
did he buy an island too?
He did. He did buy an island, and he sings "Purple Rain" at your local karaoke bar in LA
when he's upset.
When he's upset from his 4th divorce after 6 days of marriage. That's fucking crazy. But it's not as crazy as
I wonder who wastes
what came out in '89
between him and Johnny Depp.
What was that, Jared?
I wonder who wastes more money between him and Johnny Depp.
I bet Nick Cage.
Probably Nick Cage. What's up, Ray?
You one of your favorite movies of all time came out in 1989.
Oh, please. It was The Toxic Avenger Part 3, right?
Vampire's Kiss.
That's right. Why is that not on here? Vampires.
Oh, that didn't show up on Google search.
It doesn't. And
I just looked at. I wanted to see what Nick Cage did in '89, and that's what he did in '89.
He did Vampires Fucking Kiss in '89. That movie is a goddamn treasure, dude. Like,
Sorry,
Jared's barking again.
I am.
Yeah, Keith Saunders says Nick Cage also bought a copy of Superman #1. Yeah, which was over $1 million,
Oh yeah,
but still not as pricey as a freaking island. Keith Saunders also brings up a movie called 976 Evil that came out in '89.
Oh, okay. That was with Robert Englund and You're So Cool, Brewster. I've been in
You're
porn.
so cool, Brewster.
Gay porn. Don't forget.
Gay porn.
Oh God,
Stephen Jeffries.
I forgot about that.
Well, I mean, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to make some money in this industry. Whether it be gay porn or 976 Evil Part 2 or Part 3.
I don't know if I saw the second one. I remember liking the first one, even though I honestly don't remember it at all.
Did anyone see the second one?
I know I saw it at some point because it came out in the early
I've seen
'90s.
the second one.
I felt like you would have seen the second one, Jared.
I definitely have. It's been a while though. It's been a while.
Yeah, it came out in '92. I'm pretty sure I saw it.
Speaking of sequels, I finally got to see Creep Show 2.
Oh, yes.
I never got to see Creep Show 2. I saw the first one.
How did that happen, first of all?
I don't know. I saw the third one first, and I'm like, this movie fucking sucks. And then I had to go see the first one. The first one was really fun. Like, it's dark, twisted. It's what an anthology movie should be.
What was your favorite? What was your favorite part
of Creep Show 2?
Yes.
It has to be the raft. I have to give it to the raft because it's nonsensical dialogue. It's repetitive dialogue. There's nothing that really. There is no beginning and there is no end. It's so stupid. I was watching my wife and it's just so funny how like these teenagers actually they look like they're in their mid-30s, but whatever, they're fucking teenagers smoking pot. And they go to this raft and it's in the middle of the lake. I don't know why they're traveling all this fucking way to go to a raft in the first place, but whatever, they're high off their ass and they go to the raft and I don't know, like what was the dialogue? Like once the evil sludge passed by, they must have said, what is that, an oil slick? Is that an oil slick? It must have been an oil slick over and over again. And
the blonde guy, the blonde jock dude, he's the guy from Arena.
I knew he looked familiar. I'm like, who is this guy?
He's the fighter. He's the fighter from Arena.
Got ya. Well, at least that movie was very successful.
Arena or Creep Show 2? Probably not Arena.
I had no idea that Tom Savini did the voice of the Creep.
Yeah, he played the Creep.
Yeah. He didn't play it in the first one.
In the makeup and everything.
Did he play the Creep in the first one?
No. Was there a Creep in the first one?
I don't remember. I think it was just the picture of.
I think it was just a picture of the comic book pages turning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it though, so if anybody out there can correct me, do so.
I didn't care for the George Kennedy skit with the Indian
guy. You didn't like that one?
I don't really care for it because it was just like, oh, this is heartfelt, and then it's just like turns into like this weird supernatural revenge movie where nothing really gets resolved for the old couple. I guess
that's why I liked it, because he sat there and saw it all and then got revenge for them.
Yeah, you know what it was? It was because I got to live and grow with those characters for 8 seasons, and then now it's just complete shit show writing. The writing doesn't make any sense. So
Balderdash.
I'm gonna have to sign a petition to get this rewritten. Creepshow 2.
Balderdash. Hashtag I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed all 3. I think it's weaker than the original movie, but
Of course.
The Raft obviously is the strongest of the three segments.
I thought the hit and run one was really interesting though.
It was good.
That one really fucks with me.
How do you beat the crate? You know, they couldn't.
I can hold my breath for a long time.
I don't know. Creep Show. I wonder if that led to. Well, there is a Creep Show 3, but it came out like I don't know 4 or 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if that movie didn't do as well, and that led to the demise of. I mean, they probably could have made a bunch of Creep Show movies. And I don't know if the segments weren't strong enough or what. I've always wondered that.
Yeah, it was the pacing. The pacing was really like it was like an ugly pacing. It wasn't slow. It was just an ugly pace. But the movie's how old now?
Came out in 87, I think. So 32 years old. I don't know. I like it just fine. I have the Arrow Blu-ray, and I watched some of the special features, and it was kind of actually cool seeing him do the makeup process on Tom Savini, which, seeing him on the other side of that was kind of cool for, him playing the creep. I don't know if it was his voice or not, though, actually, now that I think about it. I think they may have dubbed his voice. I don't remember. Can't remember what they said, but I don't know. Creep Show. I like that element of it. I like the cartoon of the kid being bullied and all that stuff.
Yeah, that was fun.
I mean, I'd like to see what they're going to do because Shudder's doing it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah,
I think anthologies are in right now.
What's up?
I think horror anthologies are in right now. I mean, you've got the indie world making oodles of horror anthologies. Maybe that's just because that's all they do.
Yeah, Scream Team Releasing. ScreamTeamReleasing.com has a few anthology movies. They got 1031, and they have the what is the name?
Witching Season.
The Witching. Thank you very much, Sharon. The Witching Season, and you can get the Witching Season. I think it's like on sale for $20.
Yeah, the Witching Season's cool because it's more of a show. It has more of a episodic feel to it because every segment has that intro, like a television show intro, and each thing is totally different. I enjoyed the Witching Season quite a bit, actually. And they're making a feature out of one of those. I can't remember which one. I can't remember which one offhand, but I know they're making a feature of one of the segments from the Witching Season. Yeah. Which I'm sure Scream Team will have that as well. I can't remember. I talked to Justin about it a couple times. I wonder if he's ever going to come on again. If not, it doesn't really matter because I have Society on Blu-ray.
Damn it! Damn you!
He's gonna dig it in.
It will be mine soon, and then I won't watch it for like a year straight because I'm like so behind on all of my fucking physical copies.
Well, the worst part is I've been trying to do this whole 500 horror movies this year or whatever, which I think I'm gonna probably not do because you get to a point where you watch so much, you're like, I don't really feel like it. Anyway, I've already watched Society this year, so it's like I have to wait till next year to watch it because they did it for Joe Bob, and that was the first time I'd sat through the entire movie because I've always seen like parts of it, like mostly the ending, but like I've never caught it from the beginning, so it was nice to actually see it from the beginning.
Yeah, I don't remember the beginning. Like when it comes to Society, all I remember is that cover and the ending. And the first time I watched it was last year.
Just mostly douchey characters, all making fun of the main guy.
Yeah,
because he isn't part of the cool clique.
He's not part of society.
He's not part of society.
Oh no, and these guys in Society. Did they make a Society too, where they explain what happened?
They were supposed to. I don't think they ever did, though.
Because everyone just kind of lives in the end. No one really dies. They just kind of live and just mold together for their flesh orgies. And
his friend that gets shunted, I guess, dies.
Well, yeah. I mean, they basically like merge with him.
They
One of my
basically
favorite scenes though is during the shunt when he goes in to fight the guy and he shoves his fucking hand up his ass and like inside outs him.
Spoiler alert.
It's like, wow. Well, if you haven't seen it by now, I mean, it's been 30 years, but I couldn't believe they actually did that shit.
Hey, now it can't be a spoiler if we don't know which character gets fisted.
True.
It's true.
Because that's not the only one that gets fisted.
That is true. I'm
true. Oh my god.
I'm pretty sure more than.
At least you're not an ass face, right?
Yeah.
I guess I am a butthead.
Oh, that he says butthead. It'd have been better if he said ass face.
That would be, or like fucking rectal chin or rectum man. Damn near killed him. But yeah, Society's a fun movie, and I would recommend it to anyone who wants to impress their Christian relatives over the holidays. Just to bring this movie over. So
matter of fact, I'm gonna go one up on this, Brian. Watch it with your relatives who probably may have a heart attack at the ending. They might get into it like, what is going on in this movie? It's so interesting. The story is kind of deep, and it comes to the shunt, and they're gonna fucking have a heart attack. But that's when you serve the main course. Get your food out. You
get the food out,
and then you'll get to see a stuffing.
You may see them fist each other because they're so turned on about it.
Or your family members will be like, well, now that you know, you make a great addition to society.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Society should be a movie watched by every American family. Extremely American family every holiday, and they should just watch this movie and participate in their own shun. And
no children under 15, maybe.
No, yeah, you don't want to do that. They'll be outside performing illegal child labor laws around the house. Yeah. But the family orgies could be participated in, or if you don't have a family, just invite all of your high class friends that you meet on social media. And
high class social media friends.
Yeah.
It's an oxymoron.
Yeah, just get on there and fist each other's buttholes until you become a butthead.
If you want to, you can even double fist.
You can double fist all you want. That's all that matters. But no one will judge you and no one will die. There will be no kill count. Just.
Is it Mad Screaming George or Screaming Mad George?
Screaming Mad George, I believe.
I always get it mixed up. But his fucking special effects in that movie were fucking amazing.
Well, that's his masterpiece.
It is, because he hasn't really done much in the last 15 years.
I mean, he helped with Dream Master. I think that might be how he actually got the job. I can't remember. Joe Bob talking. I do suggest watching it with Joe Bob because he's got a lot of great insight on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But beware of spoilers. I think he does have a few spoilers in the movie itself. Yeah, I bet Mike, who couldn't be with us today, is a little upset because this is one of his movies that he likes, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, it is. It's Screaming Mad George.
No, I know Mike would probably have a lot to say about this one.
Or he might have a lot to say about Death Spa, which also came out in 1989. I'm kidding. I don't even know what the fuck that is. Go ahead, Jared.
I was just going to say, Brian, the Wicked Witch is dead.
Really? How do we do that?
She's dead.
Really?
What?
It took 8 seasons, but the Wicked Witch is dead.
Oh, yeah. You're right. And you know what? There was a lot of predictions about it, and the thing that killed her was a bunch of stones, which I'm really excited about.
What are you talking about, Game of Thrones?
No,
not at all.
Walking Dead.
Maybe.
We're talking about The Walking Dead, which is flawless in its writing.
Let me tell you something. I watched the episode of the Game of Thrones episode last week on Sunday, and I enjoyed it for the most part. I know this isn't horror, but I don't give a shit. I watched it.
Last episode was horrific.
And watching, I guess watching what she did, I blame first of all, I blame Jon Snow. Secondly,
For not doing anything.
Yeah, well, like when he said you were my queen, and she's like, "Is that all I am?" and kisses him, and he basically rejects her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if he would have said, if he'd have banged her, I'm sure that wouldn't happen. But yeah, I'm okay with what happened. It's whatever. I was sitting watching there, and spoilers, I can't believe that she destroyed what she's been fighting for. I couldn't believe that. That was the only thing.
That's
But whatever.
kind of the biggest fucked up part is
Yeah.
she seemed like such a great anti-hero for the entire show.
Mm-hmm. And so I don't know. I think,
but she's also conjuring that part of her family. She's fucking the Mad Queen now.
Yeah, I think Jon Snow is going to be on the throne, or nobody.
It's really funny to see how everyone's reactions are to a fantasy.
There's a stupid fucking petition.
I know.
Those don't matter.
The petition's fucking stupid, but it's really interesting to see how everyone reacts when you see something in a show that they've grown with in a fantasy show. When someone takes over, when someone has enough power to take over, you see how they liberate and revolutionize their own army. And she took out the entire, colony of King's Landing. And the thing is about that is
thousands of innocent lives.
Thousands of innocent lives, but this was her, this is kind of like her legacy that you find out in the very first episode. So when she kills all of King's Landing, or not all of King's Landing, obviously they're survivors. It's really interesting to see how a show that's fantasy show can really trigger a lot of people who tend to grow with the character so much that are disappointed and disheveled when they see that their hero is actually the villain. So I think that a lot of people say that the writing is awful, but I think the writing is really fucking good, considering that George R. R. Martin told the writers what the ending is. It's not like he finished the books and said, "Hey, you guys can make up whatever ending you want." This is the ending that's based off of what his writings are.
Yeah,
so I just think it worked out really well.
I think.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it.
I did too. Overall, what I really enjoyed about it was there was a scene where the Lannister men put their weapons down and surrender, and Jon Snow was like, "Okay," and then the other guys decided to say, "Fuck them." I was like, "God damn it, here we go." And,
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna, and then the everything with Arya, which I think she's gonna kill Daenerys.
So Grey Worm saw Jon, and I think Grey Worm's going to say that Jon's a traitor, and I think they're going to execute Jon to make a point. Maybe the execution will get botched by Arya, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think that Varys was able to send out enough messages to everyone in the Seven Kingdoms that Jon was the true king, so maybe they'll all be there by the time they go to execute Jon Snow and stop it. I don't think it's going to be a big battle. I think it's just going to be a lot of
it's gonna be a lot of political bullshit,
and that's good. I want that. I want more. I don't know. I mean, last week's episode was an hour and 20 minutes of dragon fire, and fighting. There was not too much to it. As far as people talking about writing, I don't think there was that much writing going on.
Oh, I mean, it's like the White Walker battle. I mean, it was an hour and a half of fucking pure battle.
Yeah, and I mean, I thought it was pretty cool overall. I literally had no expectations for the show when it started. Like I went in saying, "Oh, this is going to be a cool fantasy epic," and I've loved pretty much the whole thing all the way through. The only thing I didn't like was I've never liked Theon Greyjoy.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter if he redeemed himself or not, I never liked him.
You got to think about like these battles. This was like 10 years in the making, like these final battles. That's why they were so epic. And
some of the battles were bigger though. Like they seemed bigger anyway. I don't think this was rushed by any means. I don't know why. So the thing that is bothering me though, I'll be honest, is the length of the episodes.
Mm.
If they would have just cut everything, edited differently, they could have had 8 or 9 episodes, you know.
Mm.
But like some of these battles, like I feel like they weren't as like the Battle of the Blackwater, I think's what it was. That seemed like it was a better battle than any of these other ones so far.
Mm.
The one with I can't remember what season it was in, but when the White Walkers show up and
It was at Hardhome, the first time you saw the Walkers attack.
yeah, they were like climbing up the fence of this little outpost or whatever, and they escape on the ice.
That was
awesome.
Hardhome.
Yeah, that was one of the best battles in the whole fucking show.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I'm very happy with Game of Thrones, and
I've heard
however it ends, you can't be pissed off. That's you know, with your own expectations. Go write your own fucking story if you're that pissed off.
Exactly.
I've heard some scuttlebutt that the last episode is going to be 3 hours long.
No, I think it's HBO on my DVR has like 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's 82 minutes long.
Yeah.
But still every episode in the final season has had a runtime of a feature length film. So I don't know why people are saying there's not enough episodes this season. This whole season has just been battle. Like they just battled everyone in this entire season. Like it's been resolutions and battle, which is what's been the last 10 years have been building up. So I mean, I honestly think that last week's episode was probably the best episode of the season, only because of that character development that we fell in love with so much with Daenerys, and finding out that she just is like, you know what, I'm fucking done. Like
she's a motherfucker.
Yeah, she basically even said that she would show up and let Cersei surrender, and that was the final straw. They killed Missandei, and then she was done. She was like, you know, Varys is going around telling everybody that the true king is Jon Snow. I just had my hand, not hand, but like her advisor executed in front of her during a parley. And I think that this was, you know, the turning point. This was like, you know what? I didn't come all this way to be fucking the laughing stock of the Seven Kingdoms. So she went fucking crazy. I wouldn't even say she went crazy. I just think that she fulfilled her prophecy of what she wanted to do with King's, you know, to have her spell an Iron Throne. And then the episodes of the House of the Undying, when she sees her future, she's walking into you know, the throne room, and it's nothing but like all the walls are burned down, and you think it's snow, and then later you find out it's ash. And even Bronn, in one of the later episodes, he has a vision of a dragon flying over King's Landing. So, I mean, this stuff wasn't, like, hidden from the rest of us, like, as a surprise. Like, it's something that was always brought up and mentioned in many episodes. So I think those 800,000 people who want to, like, sign a petition to write a new show can go fuck themselves.
It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Those petitions are the dumbest fucking things I've ever seen. Ash versus Evil Dead ends. Let's sign a petition. Who cares? None of those matter ever. Like Robert Pattinson was just cast as Batman. I know there's a lot of people who are not happy about that. I bet there's a petition tomorrow.
Probably. There's a petition right now, dude.
And it's because he was in Twilight. That's it. That's the only reason that people are pissed off about it, because he was in Twilight. Well, you know what? Michael Keaton was Mr. Mom.
Yeah, exactly, which
was actually a great movie. But
I remember Heath Ledger when people said that Heath Ledger was going to be a shit Joker.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that. I wasn't against it. I can't. It's hard to be against casting when you don't know what the vision of the movie is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and like when Ben Affleck was cast as Batman, everybody lost their shit. I pulled out a picture of Bruce Wayne from a book called Hush, and I'm like, look at this. This looks exactly like fucking Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
People are stupid. I think Game of Thrones is such a great show, and it's been twists and turns and deaths to no end of all the characters we love. Like, I remember, I never read the book, but Sean Bean was my major attraction of seeing the show.
Yeah.
You know, Ned Stark. And because I loved him in Lord of the Rings as Boromir and a couple of other things I saw him in.
Yeah.
And he died in like the 9th episode or something like that of the whole show. And I was like, well, fuck, this show's not joking around.
Yeah, I mean, like the character, the actor who played John Baratheon and Sean Penn were the biggest names in the first season, and then
Sean Bean.
or yeah, Sean Bean, not Sean Penn. Sean Penn was one of the extras who got set on fire in the latest episode.
Right. Yeah. By the dragon.
But yeah, they were the biggest names in the first season, and then once they died, you're like, should I finish this show? Let's see where it goes. And then that little shit Joffrey just dictated his way through.
Man. It was. Well, let's see what Joffrey's up to next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, that's what the show became. Because then plus not to mention, Khal Drago. What's his name? I can't think of his name.
Aquaman.
Yeah, Jason Momoa was. Those three characters were the coolest characters in the show, and they all were gone by the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, and you get to grow with characters. Like, you grow with everybody. Like, Arya's, she's a tomboy in the very first season, and now she's like this ruthless assassin. Braun is just, chair.
He's a mercenary that just loves what he gets to do.
Yeah.
He just looks for his next paycheck.
Exactly. Sansa's been through fucking devastation, and just like she's been completely violated.
So I wonder though, what percentage of people want Jon Snow on the throne versus Daenerys? Because like I do think that's he's going to be the one who's going to be there.
Uh-oh.
And rebuild King's Landing and proposed. I have no idea. I know one of them's thousands of years before this show, but
so
I don't know.
So everything in the forum right now is a lot of female fans of the show are pissed off because they're upset that they finally have like a strong female character, and she's going to lose her position to Jon Snow because everyone's saying that she's crazy. So that's the female fandom perspective of it. I talked to a majority
who's been on the throne for the last couple seasons.
Yeah,
but now that they've determined that Jon Snow is the rightful heir, like where will they go from here? Will they have some kind of like testimonial? Will they have some kind of like open court to fight for that kind of shit?
Yeah.
Or is she gonna try to fucking murder Jon?
I think she's gonna try to execute Jon in front of everyone as just kind of like as a reminder not to double cross her.
I could see that. And
she might punt Tyrion into the crowd. I don't know.
I think everybody's gonna die and Tyrion's gonna take the throne.
Yeah.
That would be great.
See, the Night King.
Nobody has a rightful claim if Jon and Daenerys both die, right? It'd just be a mad dash.
It would be Sansa.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what happens this last episode. Wrap up this. I started watching the series again the other day. I watched the first 2 episodes again, and it's funny watching these old characters and Arya and all the young Stark kids are so young. Mm-hmm. It's crazy. But anyway, that's not horror.
No, but you know what? The Battle of Winterfell was pretty badass. It was like Army of Darkness.
I don't know, man. The White Walkers, they're zombies. That is kind of horror.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, so then they were mentioned in the very first episode. So
that was a fan. Yeah, they're mentioned like the first. You see them in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But the Battle of Winterfell was fucking awesome.
I'll tell you what, though, if you think about this show, Game of Thrones has everything. Mm-hmm. It has a little bit of everything. Like even Melisandre's almost like a wizard, a witch. She's a witch.
Yeah.
It's just a damn good show. People need to stop bitching. It's going to be over soon, and are they going to talk about they wasted the last 9 years or whatever watching the show? Come on. They rushed it. They waited 2 years to put out the last season, but they rushed it. Get the fuck out of here.
This is the thing, that this is an end game. Like all the seasons, like every fan favorite season comes to an end. Like Breaking Bad came to an end. It ended the way that a lot of people didn't want it to end, or maybe did want it to end, but it still ended. The Sopranos. People will never fucking get over The Sopranos ending. Ever.
Don't stop Believe it.
So people are gonna bitch and complain no matter what. I think it's great story writing, great storytelling. I mean, the even though the books aren't done, the last like couple of seasons that kind of like went on their own without the books were dictated by George R. Martin himself. It's not like he said, "Hey, I don't know how to end this, so you guys create whatever you want and fucking end this." Like, this is what you're gonna get in the books.
Yeah.
But you know, fandom. Tomorrow it's going to be all about our boy Robert Pattinson as Batman.
It's already right now, man. I'm looking at my Facebook now.
You
Our friend Rob Martinez is ugh.
This is fucking ridiculous.
One guy says, "Holy Batman, I'm very good with this choice." I saw a post that came up that said something along the lines of adult males mad about Batman casting, which is funny. One guy says, "Okay, Robert, I'll give you a chance to prove yourself."
Just
But I
because
have
he
a
has
torch
a
ready
chin
just in
doesn't mean he
case.
can pull it off.
I'm just excited that there's gonna be another Batman movie. He's young, so he might be, if he does a good job, will be around for a while, and hopefully this puts DC on the right track. Since, I mean, you know, Aquaman was good and Shazam was great, but they didn't. Shazam didn't make any money, so you know, DC still has a lot of work to do to catch up to Endgame. See, I think Endgame pandered to a lot of people, and and Game of Thrones doesn't do that, and that's why people get pissed because they don't pander to the fucking fans.
Like, I'm sorry that you know, Game of Thrones isn't going to end with, you know, Jon and Daenerys like living happily ever after
Married
as
together.
That's
and
incestual. You should know that's not good. Oh, but the fun thing about this whole fan problem with the Game of Thrones episode is now the fans who, so Star Wars fans are pissed off too about this because Benioff and Weiss are doing 3 Star Wars movies starting in 2022, 22, 24, and 26, I think. And now because of this episode of Game of Thrones, the Star Wars fans are pissed. They're going to ruin Star Wars now. It's like, how'd they ruin Game of Thrones? How many episodes are there? 80 episodes? There are almost 80 great episodes of that fucking show. You're telling me the whole thing's ruined. If you don't like what happened this season, stop it at season 7. don't watch the rest of the season, you know? Fuck you. Shut up.
The guys that directed this season are slated to do Star Wars.
No, David Benioff, the guys who created the television show Game of Thrones, they're making 3 Star Wars movies, a trilogy.
Oh wow!
Yeah, the guys who adapted it for television. And let me tell you something, I couldn't be happier about it. Honestly, as a lifelong Star Wars fan, the biggest Star Wars fan you guys will ever know, I am excited about that. I'm okay with Robert Pattinson as Batman. People need to shut the fuck up and just wait and see.
Exactly.
I'm excited about Game of Thrones on Sunday. I can't wait. The whole time, every episode, my fucking
heart rate has to be over 100. He's gonna have to fight somebody.
Oh, I watched that episode of Game of Thrones, and then I have like 12 Walking Dead episodes left because that show's boring as fuck. I tried to watch that, got 15 minutes in, and deleted all of them off my DVR. I'm finally done with The Walking Dead.
I don't blame you.
So this show's no good compared to Game of Thrones. The Walking Dead is nothing.
Yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere. But all right, you guys ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. We talked more about.
Before we wrap it up, I have one more mail day I wanted to share with you guys. I got Severin's Door into Silence.
Did you guys by chance see Severin's post on Mother's Day?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. I'm gonna send it to you in the chat. It was from Burial Ground. You can only imagine.
This is Lucio Fulci's last film and it's released on Severin. It's out of print now.
Ah.
How much did you pay for it?
$20.
It's not bad.
Slightly used, but if it's brand new, it's way more. But it's his last film. It's not his best, but it's far from his worst. And
What's the worst, in your opinion?
On a scale from Bob and House by the Cemetery to The Beyond.
It's somewhere below Bob and that. It's not even in that. Like House of Clocks is not that great. Like there's a couple of them that are worse than that. I don't think I can answer that right away.
What do you guys think of that Jason with the dildo picture I sent to you guys?
I loved it. I loved
I
it.
shared it around the internet a little bit.
Yeah, no, it was fine. I was glad.
What do you guys think of that Jason with the dildo picture?
All right. Well, my name is Brian Enright. You can follow me on Facebook at Brian Enright or on Instagram and Twitter at The Horror Jew. Up next, Jared Laterna. Where can we find you?
You guys can try to find me on Twitter at @zombie_survivor. Other than that, I don't do much. Good night.
All right. Thank you very much, Jared. And last but not least, the president of the Horror Syndicate, Ray Merrick. Where can we find you?
All over the place. Mostly just on Facebook, talking about how much I really enjoyed the last episode of Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
How I'm okay with this is on YouTube and on Facebook, so it's the day of Pattinson getting the Batman job. I'm okay with it. So it's there. It's documented. My Ben Affleck thing is on my Facebook somewhere, documented that I was okay from the beginning because people bitched about that. I'm okay with it. So anyway, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Benioff and Weiss doing Star Wars. That's it.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone, and everyone have a great night.